Hi, second grade. So, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be learning, we're going to be working with something that we are totally familiar with already. It's going to be counting on to add, okay? But we're going to be counting on by numbers other than 1. So, we're going to be counting on by tens, and we're going to be counting on numbers that are 3-digit. Okay, so let's just get started. So the first one we have here is 40 plus 20. So these are nice, friendly numbers that we can count on by just by tens. So we start with our 40, and then how many groups of 10 do we count on? We're going to have to look at the tens place for that to tell us. 2 groups of 10, right? So let's do that. We're at 40. One group of 10 would be 50. 2 groups of 10 would be 60. So 40 plus 20 equals 60. These are 2 very friendly numbers for us to work with because we can also just look at 4 plus 2, right? We know 4 plus 2 is 6. And then if we look in our ones place, we see that they're both zeros. So we can just put our 0 there. So there are a couple different ways to do this. Let's move on to the next one. Now we have 350 plus 20. So don't let this number in the hundreds place scare you, okay? Because we're still only counting on with our nice friendly number here. We have a 20, and we're counting on these 2 groups of 10 to the number 50. There's no number in the hundreds place over here, so we don't have to worry about adding one on to our answer. So if we're going to count on 2 groups of 10 from 350, we can do that in a snap, right? Just like we would if it was just 50 without the 300. Let's go ahead and count that out loud, okay? So we're at 350. Count on one group of 10 is 360. One more group of 10 is 370. So we start at 350, 360, 370. I know you can't see me, but I am holding up a finger for each group of 10 we count to keep myself organized, okay? So we know that 350 plus 2 groups of 10 is 300. Sorry, I don't know why it does this sometimes. There we go. Okay, 370. Again, all we have to look at is our tens place because we see that our ones place is a 0. Nice friendly numbers. 440 plus 30. How many groups of 10 are we counting on this time? 3 groups of 10. So we can do this in our head, right? Tell me what you get. Call it out. So our hundreds place stays the same. 440. Now I'm going to start counting on my groups of 10. 450, 460, 470. It's just like adding 40 plus 30 and then plopping on your hundreds place in the end. We can do this one in a snap, right? Go ahead, call it right out. 280. We're just looking at our tens place. Our tens place is going up how many groups of 10? 1 group of 10. And in a snap, we know 270 plus 1 group of 10 is 280. Okay, so now our numbers don't look quite as friendly anymore, and that's just because they added us a number in our ones place. So I don't want this number in our ones place to scare us, because if we look over here, we're still only adding 2 groups of 10, right? They didn't put a number over here in the ones place for us, so this is still a pretty friendly number to add to 548. I love a blank number line. You guys know I love a blank number line because I can do whatever I want on it. Okay, I don't have to worry about making my jumps the right length. I don't have to worry about landing in between two numbers that are weird. I can just do whatever I want on it. So, this is what you do with an equation like this and a blank number line. You're going to start with your bigger number always. It wouldn't make no sense to start with 20 and then count on 548, would it? No way. We're going to start with our larger number and then count on the smaller number. So I'm going to make my 548 right here because I can, because it's nice and blank. And now I can add 20 to that in a snap. 20, I know, is 2 groups of 10. So I'm going to go 1 group of 10. And like I said, it doesn't matter where I land because it's nice and blank. What is 1 group of 10 added to 548? We know our hundreds place will stay the same. We know our tens place will go up 1. Does our ones place change? Let's see. If we have 48 and we add 10, does the ones place ever change? Think about it on a hundreds chart. If we go down 1 group of 10, is the ones place going to change? It's not, right? There's no number in the ones place that we're adding, so our ones place does not change. But I'm not done yet because I'm adding 2 groups of 10. So I still have 1 more group to add. And I can check that nice and clearly that I'm not done because I can see clearly, oh, I've only added 1 group of 10. So I'm going to do my 1 more group. That's adding 2 groups. 500 stays the same. Oh, our tens place is the only thing that's changing and it's going up 1. And then I know my ones place stays the same. So 548 plus 20 is 568. I bet some of you could have counted on in your head just by looking at the number 548 and counting on using your fingers, okay? Maybe you remembered that the ones place has to stay the same when there's not a number in the ones place that you're adding. You might have remembered that already. But the reason I love these blank number lines and the reason I'm going to encourage you to use them in your journal work is because it's really easy for me, the teacher, to go back and see your thinking. If you make a mistake, but you show your thinking by using the number line, it's really easy for me to see where your mistake was made. Okay? Let's do another one. 637 plus 30. So, on my blank number line, I'm going to start with 637 right at the beginning because I can, because it's nice and blank. And I have to go 3 groups of 10. 1 group of 10. I know that my tens place is the only thing that's changing because this is a nice, friendly decade number, which means it's a nice multiple of 10, which means there's no number in the ones place. So hundreds place stays the same. Tens place goes up by 1. And ones place stays the same because I have no number that I'm adding in my 1. Not done yet. I still have 2 more groups of 10 to go. Stays the same. Goes up 1. Stays the same. Another group of 10. Hundreds place stays the same. Tens place goes up by 1 from my last one. So it was 657. Now it's 667. And look, let's go back and check. 10, 20, 30. I did all my jumps. I'm all set. Now I know the answer to 637 plus 30 is 667. I'm gonna do this one. Okay, let's look at this one. It's trying to trick us here. Do you know why? It's trying to make us start with 20 by putting the 20 first in our equation, but we're not gonna let that trick us because us second grade mathematicians, remember there is this cool thing called a turnaround fact, or it's also called the associative property, which means we can add two numbers in whatever order we want. Okay, we're still going to get the same answer, whether we add this number first or this number first. And guess what? It is so much easier to add this number first, right? We're not going to want to have to add on 867 to 20, right? 20 is our way more friendly number. We are going to start with the big number. So let's start with the big number. So even though it says 20 plus 867, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start with 867. And then in a snap, I can jump my two groups of 10. 867 plus one group of 10 gets me to 800 stays the same. 10's place goes up by 1. 1's place stays the same. Am I done? Nope. I need to go my other group. 100's place stays the same. 10's place goes up by 1. 1's place stays the same. So 20 plus 867 is 887. I'm going to do this last one for you, and I want you to watch me do it and check my work. Okay, can you be the teacher in the checker this time? I'm going to start here. Okay, I started with my larger number first. Check. Now all I have left to do is add my 20. Stays the same, goes up by 1, stays the same. What do you think? What do you think, my teacher? What do you think, checker? Is this right? Can you check my work and tell me if I'm right or not? Uh-oh. I don't think I'm right. You can see clearly on my number line. Did I go my 2 jumps of 10? Nope. I've only gone 1. But guess what? It is so easy for me to add on my second group right now. 100's place stays the same. 10's place goes up by 1. 1's place stays the same. So, that shows you why I really would like you to record the number of your jumps on the number line, because it was so quickly and it took a snap to get me to change my work and to go back, find the problem, and fix my work to get the right answer. Okay?